Hey, so 800 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. Real happy. So every 100 subscribers, we talk about what's going on with all the projects. And not much has changed. We've actually gained enough subscribers in such a hurry that we don't have enough time and money to progress on a lot of this stuff. So, have you got anything new that is going on? So you were just telling me a little bit ago that we have we don't have the bird account, the Twitter account.
We don't have the Twitter account.
We have Instagram.
We do have Instagram at Divine Speed Team.
At Divine Speed Team, and the YouTube account. If you look down, look at the bottom right hand corner. There's the little subscribe button. So right now we are no longer a YouTube partner. February 20th was the date where it ended. Yeah. Thanks, YouTube. But we're catching up. 200 more subscribers and we'll be back to being a YouTube partner, and then we will be back to, we just finally got to the point where we were making money. And not like a lot of money, nothing, you can't live off of it. But it was enough to help with some of the stuff, to buy whatever. Not a lot, but a little bit. I mean, pack of gum here and there. You know.
2 packs on a good night.
Yeah. So that's going okay. So yeah, you see the old Grand Prix here, getting the old whirly gears sorted out, trying to make them even from one side to the other and get them lined up here. Yeah, look at this.
Shine on there. Sweet.
This guy is a detailing specialist.
That's why I just detailed 1/4 of your tire.
1/4 of the Master Craft, the
Avenger GT.
the Marvel Avenger GT over here. He I don't know. I mean, this car's been in garage kept its whole life, and is never dirty. And you come up here and just start spraying shit on the tire.
You gotta maintain that beauty.
I mean, there's a cat on the top of the car, but.
You got a view on that cat? There we go.
Oh. Excuse me, cat.
Definitely haven't left any hair up here, have you? Okay.
So, nothing much has changed on the Grand Prix. Oh, I guess I'll show the interior. Have you looked at the inside of it?
I've actually never seen it.
I put the driver's side back together. We put it together so quick last year that it was basically all tore apart. And, oh my, there's a little bit of dirt on it. But, yeah, so anyways, I put the interior back together, and the dash and everything looks pretty fancy. For whatever reason, I must have unhooked the radio, not knowing it. But it's got one of those flip-up screens that says danger to manifold, you know?
So, I assume there's got to be like Bose quality speakers in here.
Well, there's speakers. I'm not sure if Bowser quality speakers. But yeah.
License plate's still good.
Oh yeah, license plate's still good. I'll have to put insurance back on again.
Disturb the cat.
Yeah, I know. Blue hair everywhere too. There's cat puke on the car.
Makes it go faster though.
I'm trying to think what else has changed. Nothing really has changed other than I'm getting ready to start putting this LT1 back together. It doesn't need much. I got to put a main cap back on it, oil pump back on it. Gosh, what else does it need? Oh, it needs a fitting weld to the oil pan for the drain for the supercharger. So, yeah. So that's what that's getting. The car is actually done. It's out of paint jail over at Green's Body Shop, and I've not seen it yet, but Evan has told me that it looks really good. It's hot rod black on the, like, under the hood. So that car, I don't know. I would like to see it go back together this year yet. But as far as having the money to do what he wants to do, it's not going to happen. I mean, he could put it back together. We could run nitrous on it, but with the supercharger, he might get away with low boost. But
what's he wanting to run in the 8th?
In the fives, which at low boost on this thing, it's not going to get there. But you make a goal like that, and if you know you can hit it, why put it together just to have it together? I mean, he could put a little bit more money in it, get a better transmission, and we've been told there's a lot of comments online saying that it's not going to run fives, and
not with that attitude.
No, not with that. Yeah, if you guys ain't running fives, that's your own fault. We're over here trying to be winners.
Exactly. Shake and bake.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really think that the car is capable of it. I really think the car was capable of it on nitrous with a good transmission. And I mean, the transmission was hurting bad. It wouldn't shift. It wouldn't shift, and ran a 675.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It made a guy in a Challenger Hellcat made him look like a fool.
As a Hellcat fan, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, well, So, no, it was a good running car. Actually, that guy made it to every event last year.
Wow.
But he just would not get a set of tires. You could tell every event he was getting better and better, but it was still...
I think those things from the factory, I think they have 275s, which is not near enough. I mean, it needs to be 3-something at least.
Oh, yeah. Well, he needed a set of drag radials real bad. He just rolled out there on Cooper Cobras or whatever comes on it. I don't know what they are. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it's got a nice tire on it. But
I think when I had my Charger, it came with Goodyears. I think Dodge, all their cars come from the factory Goodyears. I could be wrong though.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got needed was a tire and
The ability to drive would probably help.
You could tell he was getting better. I don't know the guy's name, but he's from around here somewhere. I don't know where he's at.
I don't think I'd be able to do that well either.
Yeah, so Evan made his fastest pass against this Hellcat, and just it looked bad on the Hellcat's part, but I don't know that on. It wouldn't matter if that thing had good tires on it. It still would have. He still would have got whooped, but let's see what else is going on. Alex's truck, the 74 GMC that you've seen in the last video with the 4.8. He finally brought the cam home the other night, and we are debating on whether we need to fly cut the pistons. The only thing the only way we're going to be able to figure it out is to actually put the head on and turn it over and put clay in it and measure piston to valve clearance, and hopefully it's good. So there's that. He's also working on the blower intake for the LS stuff. He actually even mentioned what it would cost to have it cast. Having a company actually cast this intake.
I'm sure it's dirt cheap.
Well, actually, it's actually way cheaper than you think. It was what did he say? Like $5,000 for the mold, and then I forget how much it cost per intake. Was it like $100 or something? So actually, yeah, it would take you a while to get that paid back. But if you made a good intake.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about was a universal deal. Like a cathedral port and rectangle port all being on the same casting, but you just set your port program up and your bolt pattern set up to be machined on that, whatever that order is for whatever intake you're making, but make the casting universal. So then we were talking about the plenum size. The plenum would be way bigger, and then we wanted to have a big flange on top so you could mount a big 4-inch thick air-to-water cooler, and then put an adapter on top of that for the GT500 It's an M122 Eaton blower, which it would be good for, I don't know, 600 horse maybe. I mean, if you port one, and of course we had one out here last night, and it looked like he was getting ready to go out in the field.
That wasn't here though. That was a different location with an unknown driver.
Yeah, different look. This was in southern part of Mexico with a different driver. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see.
So that's at least one subscriber we're losing after he watches all.
Yeah, we're losing friends every time we make a video, but yeah, we're gonna make another 700 subscriber video here in about another week. Let's see. We've covered this thing, the Evans car, covered Alex's truck, the Fox body that will be getting worked on. They say they're going to be bringing parts over here this week. Well, not for that car, but for the engine that come out of the one that's actually that you're standing there next to, this 5.0 right there. They're bringing parts over for it, so we're just going to clean it up, put it back together, put a old Vortex supercharger on it, and it'll still be a fun car. And then, oh man, what else we got going on? So, what's left with this car? I guess I can make a quick rundown of it. I am waiting on Jegs. Jegs is killing me. I ordered parts from Jegs a couple weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. They took 1 week to get me 2 fittings. And then they took 2 weeks to get a transmission cooler, a Jegs transmission cooler, mind you, that they ought to have in stock. And now I'm still missing 2 more fuel fittings that I need to be able to run the car again. And here we are 2.5 weeks in, and I've never had this much trouble with Jegs, and then they're just killing me now. But it's not like I need those fittings right this minute. Like, the car's not being held up by fuel fittings. There's way more going on. It's like most of it's being held up by ratchet straps right now. Yes, there is a lot of it being held up by ratchet straps. Yes. So let's see, what else is needed on this thing? Yeah, the fuel fittings, get fuel lines tied up. Everything is wired. The wiring is done. The electric fans are wired up. I made a video on the electric fan wiring, but since I don't have the car running and I haven't warmed it up to make sure 100% that they're going to work and make sure what I said in the video was right, I haven't put that video online yet. I haven't edited anything. So, let's see. Everything's wired. I'll have to put in the wideband O2 sensor also. That's the only other thing that I got to wire. And that's not a big deal. That's basically plug and play. Got to weld in the O2 bungs. And I got to weld in pipes for the wastegate, which I've got a new wastegate sitting around here. It's just another precision 40 millimeter wastegate. So here's the big holdup. This is like the plumbing on this thing is a holdup, but that's not the big one. Let's see. See on this side, and if you're wondering what manifolds I'm using, these are actually GTO manifolds from an 04 GTO. These manifolds, believe it or not, come from a guy's car overlord, Goody, that actually won a $250,000 lottery ticket. Oh, Hager? Yeah, or I don't remember what his name was. But anyways, they come off of that car, believe it or not. But I just happened to have them laying around because they were given to me, and decided that they work perfect for what I'm doing. So I've got plenty of room over on this side for the exhaust to come out, and it's just going to go right out the fender. The driver's side, that's a different ordeal. So there's a lot going on. I went with manual brakes, and so it's a little more complicated here. For one, my downpipe, there's no room for the downpipe. I really don't know what I'm going to do about all this wiring and nonsense, and I really do not want to get rid of the wipers. It's a street car.
Yeah.
If you can't call your car a street car if it ain't got windshield wipers. So, I mean, that's what I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I can drive this thing wherever at any time. Get caught in a storm, well, got wipers. So, besides for the downpipe issue, the other problem is the shift linkage. The rod that actually hooks to this column shifter is hitting the exhaust manifold. So, I don't know how I'm going to fix that just yet. The way the rod is shaped, I don't know if I can bend it and make it clear. I'm going to try that first, but it's actually a pretty thick rod. Like, it's not going to be easy to do in such a tight place. But also, let's see. I mean, if it comes down to it to where I can't use it, I can use an aftermarket shifter and cable. Just use a cable. But I really like the column shift because it's just so funny. You sit in that couch inside there, put it in drive, and then just go down the racetrack. It's just funny. It's just a cool deal. So. Intercoolers. Here's one over here. This is a Pro Charger 3.5-inch core. I've got the two of them. They're from an F-body kit. But I've been reading where people say they're only good for about 650 horse. So I think realistically, because of the fuel system, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that much power anyways. I mean, I could, but I'll be really pushing it. So I may be totally wrong, or they might make more, but these are free. So that's what I'm using for right now. Now later on down the road, if we do the intake deal like Alex was talking about, maybe we can plumb the intake up a little differently. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. Cart Marrow.
Nobody's seen the Cart Marrow in like a year.
Yeah, let's go. We can go look at the cart. So the Cart Marrow got a hood. It looks pretty good, I thought. I mean, it works as a fender and everything. But that's not really. That's just covering up the... It snowed and, you know, we got, I don't know how many inches, but I put this on here just to have something over the engine. I'm actually thinking about parting this thing out.
How much you want for the doors?
You'll have to find them. Actually, the doors are totally trash. They were junk. They were busted and bad shape. The radiator, I'm getting ready to offer that to a guy that's got no, it's not an El Camino. It's a, God, what's the GMC version of that? I cannot remember what it's called.
Oh, I didn't know I did.
Oh, yeah, it's got some funky name. It's not El Diablo. It's not El Chupacabra. It's, I don't remember. Anyways, he needs a radiator and fans real bad, so I was going to offer those. And then the wheels, Alex was talking about putting them on his 74 GMC, so that might go to that truck just to see what it looks like. Caballero, yeah, GMC Caballero.
Something new every day.
Yeah, yeah. And he's doing the exact same thing. He's wanting to do a twin turbo. He don't have the turbos yet, but he's got the engine. So he's got everything except for a radiator, and he needs to do something about a fuel cell. I don't remember what the deal was, why he couldn't use what he's got, but his tank may be junk. I don't know. I don't remember what the deal was. So, yeah, here it sits, and I could throw a battery in it and start it and drive it right now, but this thing is so stupid scary to drive on the road. It has no give in the suspension, and it's like it just rattles you off of a road. It's crazy. So it's kind of, I don't know, I just hate driving that, and I never did get it running right. Of course, I never really messed with it too much, but it would, once it got warmed up and you bring it back down to an idle, it would just die. And I don't know if it's got a vacuum leak or some other problem.
You gotta rename it the Ralph Nader Mobile.
Ralph Nader?
Unsafe at any speed.
Like that's truth too. No, I was thinking about parting it out, and actually the brakes. I just found out this the other day. The brakes on this thing, front and rear, people have figured out how to put them on the G bodies. So they might make their way. I may end up with disc brakes on the back of the Grand Prix, on the back of Bill Gates. Yeah. Yeah, there's a hole right there. It knocked the speaker out. And let me tell you how this, I don't know if how many people actually seen the video or knew what happened here, but so there's these door bars that we cut out of Evan's Camaro. And I was going to weld them in this, just weld them on here so that way you don't feel like you're going to fall out of it when you're driving it, but at least with a door bar on there, you feel a little safer because they don't even have seat belts in it. So,
makes you wonder how the Jeep Wrangler people do it.
Yeah, really.
Off and go down the highway.
Yeah. So, I had a door bar sitting on the passenger side and forgot all about it. And I had just put these tires on. Just got them, just took it out on the road. And this thing does donuts awesome. Like, it won't go out, you can't like power brake it and do a big burnout. It just won't do it. But it'll do donuts like you wouldn't believe. So I go out and do a donut in it first thing, and the door bar falls out, pushes itself into the pavement, puts a big groove into the road, picks up the car. I didn't know what happened. It picked up the car and pushed the door bar through the B-pillar over there, through that hole, and like tried to catapult the car. So it picked up one side of the car up really high, and midway through this donut, and finally when it comes back down, I get stopped, and I don't know what is going on. So I'm looking. I thought the right front tire fell off of it. I thought I'd run it over. Scared me to death. So I seen I'm like not dead, and I'm looking around. There's nobody driving by or nothing. I didn't hit nobody or nothing. I mean, so I just nail the throttle and get it off the road. And then I get to looking. There's a door bar laying out in the highway. There's a battery laying out in the highway. There's pieces of plastic laying out in the road. And I get it all picked up, and it finally, I was able to put two and two together and figure out, oh yeah, the door bar went through the B-pillar, and that's what happened. So there's a big groove out in the highway. Pretty funny.
The worst part is that wasn't on video either.
Yeah, it wasn't on video. Yeah, killed me. But man, that was good. As a matter of fact, I think it was the last time it was driven. No, I backed it out of the crib here and pulled it over here because I needed a place to park the car, or the other car. But
that locking gas cap was worth the investment.
The locking gas cap was worth every penny. Actually, I need to save that tank. There's a lot of stuff that can be used on other vehicles. I need another steering wheel airbag. Cause did you still have that microwave? We were going to put a steering wheel airbag in a microwave and turn it on somehow. I'm not even really sure how we're going to do that.
I wonder if you could drill in through the top of the microwave, maybe.
Well, I mean, after you have it plugged in and you put in a time and press start.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out, though.
I'll just figure maybe a long rod or something if we can get the start, but I don't want to be standing there next to it.
I think it'd be safe, but I think it'd take a little time for it to work.
I don't know that it would. So, yeah, anyways, you've seen everything, and if you're still a subscriber at the end of this video, well, great. If you're not, well, I don't blame you. Yeah, thanks again. We appreciate it. We try to have a good time, and obviously You know, when we first started this, we didn't really have a goal or anything in mind other than try to make money. And then now it's turned into a decent amount of how-to videos. And since I started the G-Body thing, you know, I got halfway through it, and then all of a sudden we're not a YouTube partner anymore. And then I thought, well, we can't quit now because there's people that subscribe just to see the Grand Prix get built and how to do it. And I would like to see that through, whether we make money on it or not. And just as long as we pass the information on to the next guy or girl. We need more female subscribers. It does say that at one, or I think in total, I think 6% of the subscribers are female. Even though it doesn't show them like as the subscriber, because I guess you have to for it to show up for us to see it. They actually have to post videos themselves. I did not know this, but yeah, 6% are female. So we're not doing real good on the female demographic. But
hard to believe they don't care about stripped out Camaros.
I cannot believe that we don't get more comments from women asking for, stripped down Camaros. Yeah. All right, well, all right, that's enough rambling on. We're going on to about 45 minutes or so. I don't know how long it is. So, all right, see you. Thanks.